What's going on, everybody? I hope y'all have had a fantastic week. The video I originally had planned for this week, I recorded it in advance, but it was kind of rushed and the quality really wasn't all that great, so I just decided to scrap it and redo it another time. But today, I felt like doing some heavy hauling, and I figured why not use a 19-liter Cummins from the late 70s to haul 88,000 pounds worth of coil to Denver, Colorado from Cheyenne, Wyoming. So, the engine in question we're running today is the Cummins KTA600. This is available in the Steele Productions engine pack by my friend David Steele. So, just some facts about the Cummins KT and KTA. It was probably the most powerful engine you could get in any truck from this time period. Because back in the day, a top-of-the-line engine was typically a 350 horsepower, 1250 or 1350 foot-pounds of torque. That was considered top-of-the-line. Today, that's considered bare bones, probably not even optimal for 80,000 pounds these days. But that's what they hauled with back in the day. But the KT was available in a lot of trucks that could fit the engine and have it cooled properly. And dropped something. From the factory, it topped out at 600 horsepower, 1650 foot-pounds of torque. Now, by today's standards, that's really nothing to write home about. We have plenty of engines making 600 horsepower, and 1650 foot-pounds of torque is kind of the norm, or the essential today for any truck. But in the late 70s and early 80s, 1650 was a boatload of torque. That was just absolutely insane. However, the downside to this engine was it was not originally designed for the trucking industry. Kind of like the Caterpillar 3408. It was kind of originally just, I guess an industrial or marine engine. So the Cummins KT does not produce its peak torque until 1600 RPMs. A lot of truck engines these days, you don't want to go past 1600 when you're shifting because you have much more low down torque. But the KT, given it was an industrial engine probably designed to run at the governor 24/7, didn't need peak torque at 1200 RPM like in a truck. So that's why if you run the KT, I highly recommend short gearing. And that's what I did for this video here. We have an Eaton Fuller 8 low transmission with a 529 final drive. It's an overdrive transmission. So the 8 low is literally a 9-speed with an extra low gear on it. It's a more vocational transmission. It's been around for a very long time. Eaton actually still makes it, though it's not available in a whole lot of trucks anymore. If you're going to find an 8 low, it's going to be in a vocational truck like the Western Star 49 or 47X. I think it's available in the the Freightliner 114 severe duty, something like that. Should be available in the Peterbilt 567 and Kenworth T800, but that's the transmission we're going with because this engine was typically paired with one of those or a 15-speed. The truck in question is the Kenworth K100E by Overfloater, available on the Steam Workshop. We got an 8x4 chassis. We have Jasper's wheel pack. We have the Alco Classic 24.5-inch wheels on the back. For our lift axle, we have an Alco Classic 22.5-inch tire, and then the front is the Alco Flat Face 22.5-inch. The trailer is John Ruda's Lowboy from the USA Trailer Pack. And the sounds we're using are the Kenworth Interior Sound and Effects Pack by Zeemod. And I took the engine out of the engine pack here and put Zeemod's Big Cam sounds for the motor. So we're essentially running the Big Cam sound. And trying to think if there's anything else I need to mention. Oh yes, I did modify the engine as well for the engine's resistance torque, so that way the RPMs will drop a little bit slower and make shifting a little bit easier. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and shut up and let y'all enjoy this ride. I might pop in here and there if something crazy happens or if I do something stupid, but If I don't pop back in, I hope y'all have a great week ahead.